So a couple recent commits come in the door here in the last week of April. When you look at Jaden Hardy and Isaiah Autry, offensive tackle out of Mississippi. Again, May and June are critical with recruiting weekends. Do you think the list of folks that made it in for the spring game was impressive? And again, recruiting rankings aside, because they're pretty meaningless at this point, that OU is laying the groundwork for a big push this summer.
Yeah, certainly. And you mentioned it. You rewind to last year's spring game. Oklahoma was really, really struggling to get on the board in the class of 2023. I believe at the time they only had 3 commits in Jackson Arnold, Josh Bates, and Eric McCarty. They picked up one at the spring game and Caleb Spencer, who later flipped to Miami. But this year, yes, to answer your question, the list of recruits that was in attendance at Oklahoma, very, very impressive list. And you're starting to see commits trickle in 2024 a little bit earlier than they did in the class of 2023. And I think you're going to see the surge come in the class of 2025 even earlier than it did in 2024. To that point, Oklahoma has 5 hard commits right now in the class of 2024. I expect by the end of the week, and perhaps by the time this goes public, Mark, Oklahoma will add another one to the mix. And within the next 2 weeks, I think they'll add their second 2025 commit to the class. So, yes, laying the groundwork is a really good way to look at it, because the Sooners had to lay the groundwork for their recruiting efforts in 2024 last cycle, and they're actively laying the groundwork for their recruiting efforts in the class of 2025 right now. So, yes, what Oklahoma's doing on the recruiting trail right now is impressive as they start to get this thing rolling, but it's just as important to be able to, and come the fall, you're going to have to show proof of concept too, right? You're going to have to win football games. That's going to be crucial. But right now, with where Oklahoma stands in terms of recruiting in both 2024 and 2025, I think it's all good things for Brent Venables and staff, and things are definitely pointing in the right direction there.
Parker, we always appreciate the breakdown. I hope that you can take a breath and decompress post-spring and enjoy the summer.
Sounds great. Thanks, Mark.